my name is Kuanyang. You can call me Jax. Today I'm going to present one of the most influential figures in American industrial history, Andrew Carnegie. So we will look at how he shaped the steel industry, labor relations, philanthropy, and during the Gilded Age, a time of massive wealth and inequality, and how his legacy continues to influence today. So Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland and immigrated to the US as a child. He started with nothing, working in a cotton factory, then in a railroad business. However, he sought an opportunity in steel after visiting Britain, and that became a turning point. He invested all of his money and became a millionaire, but that's not enough for him. What made him stand out during that time was how he employed his business strategies to build his steel empire. So at first, what he did was buy all of his antagonists and made the Carnegie Steel Company the most recognized steel brand in the country by 1889. So the most famous part of his industry career was vertical integration. He literally controlled everything from raw materials to final products to reduce costs and boost profits. However, such pressure he put on plant managers led to the low wages, low working hours, and very harsh working environments for workers because nothing is free. The vertical integration boosted the productivity and the efficiency of this company, but came with the protest of workers because they were mad, they didn't have any job security. Even Carnegie still dominated the market, but that success didn't trickle down. So, the Homestead Strike, one of the most violent labor conflicts in U.S. history, happened right after failed negotiations between AA and the steel company. But where's Carnegie? Carnegie was absent, but he was on vacation in Scotland, so he wasn't there. So CEO Frick, CEO of Carnegie Steel Company Frick, hired 300 people to break the strike, and a violent gunfight broke out with over 1,000 workers. Lives were lost, the state militia was caught in, and the strike collapsed. People always say like Carnegie's silence hurt his reputation, but look at the left bottom side of my slide. He wrote "Life Worth Living Again" to Frick right after the strike. So this kind of further reinforced the stereotypical influence of others on him as a indifferent capitalist of the vampire that lives by the workers' blood, workers' money, workers' lives, stuff like that. So we talked about his indifference, but actually, on the contrary, he promoted the gospel of wealth. He believed that rich people should use their fortune to benefit society, make rich and poor people united. He actually donated over 300 million during his lifetime. And he famously said, "The man who dies thus rich dies disgraced." So he truly believed wealth came with responsibility. He donated over 2,500 public libraries, institutions, programs. One big legacy is the founding of the Carnegie Technical Schools, which later became Carnegie Mellon University. In 1901, he sold his company to J.P. Morgan for over 400 million. This formed U.S. Steel, the first billion-dollar corporation in the world. And his vertical integration inspired entire industries like oil, tech, like other technology like automobile, and his charitable foundation still operates today. So, how should we remember Andrew Carnegie today? As a brilliant entrepreneur who gave away millions, or as a ruthless industrialist whose workers suffered for his profits? It's a complex legacy. It reflects the contradictions of the Gilded Age and even our modern economy. And here is my bibliography. So thank you for listening. Andrew Carnegie's story isn't just history, it's a mirror for how we think about wealth, labor, and responsibility today. I'm happy to hear your thoughts on our discussion, and thank you for listening.